12 minutes past 9 this beautiful Thursday morning, Thursday, the 20th of August 2026. You're tuned to Women Radio WFM 91.7, the voice of women, Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. This is Herlens. Good morning to our Herlens family. My name is Hassan Matula, and I have with me here Lady Susan. Good morning, Susan.
Good morning, Nima. Good morning, Herlens family. It's a beautiful Thursday morning, and I'm glad to be here.
Okay, Susan, let's start with the media personality, Chioma, who said she would divorce a man immediately if he loses his job a week after their wedding. She was insisting she would marry a made man and not a potential. There were varied reactions, obviously. Comment section is always a lot. But what do you have to say about this, Susan?
Okay, so first I want to start with a question, Nima. If, and this is for everyone listening to us, if the roles were reversed, will the same thing happen? I mean, the lady as well can lose her job. So
Hmm.
what happens? Is that guy supposed to stick with her because she's a woman? Or is that guy supposed to also divorce her? You see, I tell people, and we've always said it on her lens, because social media, the media space generally is an open space. People come out to just drop comments. I keep asking sometimes, is it because of the clicks and likes? Is it because of the retweets? Is it because you want to gain traction on social media? Or is it because you are speaking to influence other people? If I put out anything, except when I want to banter online, I'm putting it out for educational purposes. So there are things, even when they pop up in my head, I would not naturally put it out because I know it's not even making sense. And if I put it out, it's not going to add value to the next person. This is Chioma speaking. I don't know people who look up to her, maybe as a role model, maybe because she's a media personality. It doesn't make you better than the next person. What she's saying is for herself, she wants a made man. She doesn't want potential. I want potential. I want a man who has prospects, so that even if you were made and you lose your job, you lose your business, you lose whatever it is, your potential can still keep us back on track. People should reason before they type. Sometimes I wonder how people type. How do you tell somebody that, I mean, once you marry someone and they lose their job the following week, was the guy planning to lose his job? What if it's a young woman who also loses her job? A young man, I beg your pardon, a young woman, is that man supposed to put up with you just because the person lost their job? And we have also seen women who have gotten married to people who did not even have a stable job. And along the line, the Almighty blessed them with a job. So, I mean, losing a job is not gender based. While we speak for women, we do not also want to, you know, raise a community of people who see us as people who only support, even when women speak nonchalantly. No, I'm not that woman who will see what a fellow woman is saying that doesn't make sense and I just support it. No, I
Hmm.
have dated a man who didn't have something tangible he was doing. And when I saw he wasn't going to get to marriage, it didn't stop me from supporting him to be a better person for himself and for the next lady who might carry on with him. I just withdrew myself because I knew that was not what I wanted. So we should be able to add value to other people. Why did you go in with that person in the first place? You said for better or worse. Did you go in there just because you saw that person had money? What if life happens? Nima, we've treated several stories on the show where life happens. Nobody plans for it. In my dialect, we say, nobody says, boil hot water for me. I want to climb this tree and I'm going to fall. It doesn't happen that way. Things just happen. So we have to also be aware of the things that we churn out to the
Mm.
public, and even the public that consume this thing, they should also be careful of what they absorb, so that, I mean, at the end of the day, we don't turn out taking in what is not proper just because a personality, a celebrity, or whoever posts it. Please, we have to be careful. Thank you.
Susan, when I saw this thing, it raised questions in my mind. And the first thing that came to my mind was, what do you mean you don't want someone with potentials? And I'm speaking from perspective of a young girl. Many girls make the mistake of saying, "Oh, I want someone with money." I remember some time ago I was talking to my friends and I was like, as much as I want to get married to someone with money, because we were talking and they were like, Ima, you're perennially single. And I'm like, leave me alone. I know what I'm looking for. Where people are dating is your business. Leave me alone. And they're like, is it because I want someone with money? I'm being single. And I'm like, who doesn't want someone with money? But then they asked me a question that day. Do I want someone who has money now or someone who has the ability to make money? So then I sat down and I thought about that thing. Him having money now, I don't know where the money is coming from. I just see the money. And yes, money is glittery. It buys very beautiful things. You would be attracted. But I thought of it, what if he loses the money? What would I do? How would I go? But if he has the potential to make money, if he loses, by the grace of the Almighty, he gains. Life is full of ups and downs. When he goes low, he would rise again because he has the potential. And Susan, mostly what Chema came out to say is young ladies who say things like that. I'd rather marry a self made man. I don't want someone who has potentials. Carry your potential to the front. What do you have to say to young ladies, Susan, on this issue?
So the truth is this: every right thinking young woman should be more in tune with potential. I said it initially. You should be more in tune with potential, because I am not even against a woman who decides to marry someone who is made. But
Mhm.
I want to tell you that potential is what sustains, whatever you have in the long run. Because businesses shake,
Yes,
offices can retrench. Let's
yes.
be honest. I mean, at some point, I had two jobs and I was doing quite well. I know what I was earning at the time. And the struggle was not even up to what we have in 2026. You understand? But life happened in 2025. I lost that, which was even giving me about three times what I earned from government. So imagine that kind of blow. So, what has now sustained me over time? It is my ability to sit down, plan my life. What are other sources of genuine income? What
Mm,
are ways that I can cut down on excesses? What are those things I can manage? I am the first child. I am this, I am that. Nami be salt, nami be pepper. How do I begin to cut down different things and prioritize what I need to do per month? Because my income has been reduced by 85%, Nima.
oh,
Do you understand?
yeah.
So while it is good to marry a made person, because there are also made people who have potentials, you need to read between the line. You need to know who you are dating. You shouldn't be dating a stranger who is not open to showing you what he's doing and all of that. In this era of social media where you see people showing flashy life, and the next minute you see them being arrested for one form of atrocity or the other.
Mm.
So it tells you that beyond what they show you, they have other dubious things that they are doing. So
Okay.
you can't be dating somebody and not know what they are doing. And the potentials, I like very intelligent men. I want a man who I mean, we can hold conversations in different aspects of life and we will hold it down for hours. We will talk about how to do anything. And that is what I expect a man to also look out to. In a woman, women look out for potential. Potential will stand the test of time. If a made man who has potential comes your way, it is double win for you. Don't just be looking for a made man whom you don't know what he's doing to be made. You don't know his source. You just see everything flashy. One day they go come carry you, carry the guy. I go clear. We need men and women with potentials who have the capability to adjust in line with the situation we have found ourselves as a country. This is very important because Nima, all that glitters is not gold.
It isn't so. It
So
isn't.
we have to be honest. It's not just about made men, made men, made. Who made him? What is made in him? Let's be honest. What is that thing that is making that person? It's very important that we find all of those things out. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Susan. We are live on YouTube at WFM 917, and you can listen to us on the go via our website at www.wfm917.com. The phone lines are now open. You can call us on 07000 917 or 0915 591 7917 or 0800 1235 917. You can send a text message, WhatsApp message, or a voice note on 0703 1756 537 or 08155 917 917. So, Susan, we are moving to the next article. This one that say a passenger came out to lament. We have spent more than 5 to 6 hours on this Benin City bypass. Instead of fixing existing routes, they are busy emphasizing the Lagos coastal route. Passengers lament the deplorable condition of the Benin City bypass in Edo State. And you know the thing, Susan? Not only in Benin City, but in various states, you see bad road. Just this morning on the Daily News Review, you had a caller who talked, oh, it's the same Benin, the Shagamu Benin road. I was like, the road is very terrible. And this person said the same thing, that they are building coastal roads in Lagos, they are building flyovers everywhere, and important federal roads are ruined and the people are lamenting. People pass those routes every day, yet nothing changes. What say you, Susan, on this?
Nima, it's quite unfortunate because for every time I have to travel, um, I pass that road,
Mhm.
especially if I was going from Lagos to the southeast. But for a while now, I have stopped traveling by road because after sitting for hours, I have pains all over my body. And because there is no way they can even put my wheelchair on top of the car, it will be a mess before I get to my destination. So for some years now, I have always, gone to the southeast and all that by air. Now, my parents just got back, from the east, and on their way going, they got home. People who left Lagos 7 got to my compound in the village at to 1 a.m.
Hmm.
And it is that route that most of us, whether you're going to Delta, you're going to Imo, Anambra, most of those southeast states, that is the route you are going to apply. It is a very terrible situation, Nima, and especially it gets worse during the rainy season
Hmm.
because the potholes get worse, you know, and commuters have a very hectic day. Unfortunately, I do not have money to fly my parents. If I had that money, they would not be plying that route. My mom just came back on Sunday, and trust me, she couldn't even come down from the vehicle,
Mm.
according to my siblings. And the next morning, they had to rush her to the hospital because she was all sickly after that trip. That is how bad that road is. Imagine a family with your children, with which is why you see some families they leave very early. Some leave 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 3 a.m. And with the kind of security issues we have, Nima, is it advisable that people leave at those odd hours? You see, the federal government needs to step up its game. Am I happy they are fixing Lagos Coastal Road? Absolutely. But does the fixing of roads start and end with Lagos? The answer is a big fat no. If you listen to the governor of Oshu, the re-elected governor of Oshu, when he did his town hall, one of the things that was raised at that town hall was about roads. And he told them that will he use the money that is meant for Osun State Gongon to go and build federal coastal roads? Let's
Mm.
be honest, it cuts across different states in Nigeria where we have these coastal roads. Why is there no? Why are they focusing on Lagos? Is Lagos the heart of Nigeria? Are you saying that among 36 states and FCT, that we should leave all of the other states and just focus on Lagos? It calls for the Honorable Minister to please look at the pain of Nigerians. I mean, there's a whole lot. There is a whole lot of road. And Nima, for every time since I've been a teenager, into womanhood and you see that Bini, ask
Mhm.
anybody. Ask anybody. It didn't start today. It's been a problem. And we're asking, it didn't just start with Umahi. In all honesty, it didn't start with him. But my question is, they say governance is continuum. And I'm asking, is this continuum? Should we continue to dwell in what has been a menace over the years? Here in anybody who comes from that axis, who travels through that route, ask them every rainy season, this is how we'll come back to come and cry. Dry season, it gets to improve because there is no rain, there is reduced traffic. Not that there would not be traffic, there is reduced traffic. So I think the Honorable Minister needs to look at these roads that lead to several areas, several regions and zones in Nigeria and work on it. It's very, very pertinent. We know Lagos is like the New York or whatever of Nigeria, but please, it's high time we also look into other parts of Nigeria because only Lagos does not make up the population of Nigeria. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Susan. I like how you ended it with only Lagos does not make up the whole population of Nigeria because, as you said, we see them focusing more on Lagos, building coastal roads in Lagos. Recently, David Umahi came out to say, "Oh, he's going to build a road in his state." Ebony say right, yes, and that he's going to name it after Tinubu. He's going to present votes to the president in the 2027 election, and I'm like, okay, no problem. All the best to everybody involved, and we speak about it so many times on the daily news review that it seems like our government pay attention to the minor things and leave the major things. This video was about the Benin Road. But Susan, let me tell you, when you're going to Ilorin, mm, there is this part between Oyo State and Kwara State that the moment we get there like this, it will be like your stomach wants to drop. The last time I went to Ilorin, I was telling the driver that if I was pregnant, I would have had my baby in this car. It was an exaggeration, yes, but the road was so bad that I could feel pains in my stomach till the next day. And how many of us can afford to travel by air? I know some people might be listening and be like, then go through air now. How many of us can afford it? It's just like when we were talking about the jackpot situation, the brain drain, and the subsequent, how do I put it? Yeah, the teachers in Kaduna State University who resigned, over 200 lecturers. And I'm like, all these things together, when you put them together, they play a very huge role in what is happening to us. It's just like, where are we going in Nigeria? Why are we ignoring the important things and focusing on things that are not so important? I wouldn't say they're not important. But anyway, we are live on YouTube at WFM 917, and you can listen to us on the go via our website at www.wfm917.com. Right about now, the time is 27 minutes till 10. You've been listening to the voice of Susan on Herlens. Susan, let's take this other article. You know, most times when you're going on the road, if road safety people, like the officers, stop you, they might say they want to see your papers, your car papers, your tire papers. Are, are you here, Susan?
Yes, I'm with you. I'm listening.
Okay. So this person now came out to say road safety, where they say person tire don't expire, gone. They move around with expired tire. This country, eh? Hmm. Susan, what do you have to say?
You see, it's funny. Just like we just analyzed in the other story, Nigerian government or the people in certain spaces major in the minor. I mean, for any agency that is coming to check your papers, check your tire, check, one would ordinarily believe that if you even see their vehicle and their tires, you'll be like, they are doing their job. One share one. But most times the reverse is the case. Most times the reverse is the case. And it's absurd if you ask me. It is totally absurd. Why do we do these things to ourselves? Is it
Mm,
that we don't understand that there's something called leading by example? How do you churn out people, you know? And sometimes I don't even trust the people that come out to check those things.
mm,
I don't trust them one bit because in this era where anybody can just wear uniform,
exactly.
you know, so I am asking, how are they checkmating who is actually their staff and who is not? How
Mm,
are they checkmating that? Because I have seen people over the years. I mean, there was one in one of the states, they were stopping, they did not know he was a senior official.
yes.
And
Is
by
it
the time he
the saga when they stopped one of the senior officials there?
thank you, you know, and so you find out he was asking salient questions.
Mm,
That was what, opened my eyes. He was asking, where is his badge? Where is his? And from all indication, the person was not responding, Nima.
mm,
And you could see it. So some of these people also incorporate their friends and just maybe give the person uniform. So at the end of the day, when they make their loot, they will now share it. And it's a very terrible thing. It is terrible because they are busy on the roads siphoning funds. The wrong people are passing. People who you are even supposed to arrest will be passing. Once they give you money, you allow them pass. And you are not even checking the writings. And your own vehicle is looking worse. I doubt if they do their own papers, their roadworthiness, and all that you need to do in your car. Your tires are looking all worn out, and you are stopping someone else. Nima, make it make sense to me. I don't know, but I expect to see a Nigeria where we lead by example. We lead by not just people in uniform littered all around the roads. I have seen it happen. Even here in Abuja, where I live, they just stop you. Eh, this happened, that happened. And me, I stand my ground. I will not allow you arrest a driver that picks me because another day, if I book him, he's not going to respond to me. So
Mm.
anywhere, even while I was in Lagos, if they come with that, I will stand, take me to the office with that person. Take me to that office. Again, Nigerians need to also be informed. It is not every uniform person you see. I mean, once you know your papers and everything is complete, please ask salient questions. Don't be gullible and allow them, sway you, make you spend money and what have you. I saw it with a lady. There was a video that just circulated. The lady came out, asked her husband to lock the doors, so that their method is to just jump into your car
Yes.
before you say jack. They are all in your car and wailing and no. I would. The lady came out, was videoing them, taking a video of them, asked her husband to lock the whole vehicle, that she will face them. No, it is not in your place to do some of the things you are doing. A big problem with the Nigerian citizens is the fact that we do not even know what is the job of some of these persons.
So,
And it is terrible. That is why once they jump into your car, maybe you just have 5,000 left. You pack it and give them. Monkey they walk, baboon they chop. We can't continue with that. I know
mm,
it's not easy, but hey, understand the dynamics. Understand that these people, some or most of them, are also there to extort you. If not, I mean, if you see someone, why are you not giving them grace? If I see you on this route again with this tire, we would arrest you. And not just for you, to jump into their car. We are arresting you. We are taking you. Haba, kilo de day. And some of these people don't even have tire, not to talk of a car, Nima. Hey now, and is that easy for you to just pick up people and you think it's easy? Nigerians are bleeding. Nigerians are bleeding. Please. Thank you, Nima.
what you said about them jumping into the car and people not even knowing the duties of some officers. You see police officers saying some things, and I'm like, wait, hold up, wait for a second. That you shouldn't even be here. Remember recently when I traveled to Ilorin, because I went with a public bus, and it's one of these federal government intervention buses. So the police officers, the FRSC men, the Amotekun usually don't stop those buses. And I wasn't using the seat belts. I actually wanted to, but the seat belt, that I don't know the name of that thing where you put the belt into, was not good. It was broken.
Hmm.
The driver said, "Well, I feel like Jerry, nothing would happen." You know the side mirrors, this very slick,
Yeah.
beautiful black SUV. One of his side mirrors went in. He didn't push it out. This guy was using his seatbelt. He was even driving. He was more careful than the bus I was in. Susan and they stopped this guy. Bring out this paper. Bring out those papers. And this guy was bringing out all the papers. I couldn't watch the saga till the end, but I know they told him to come down from the car. And I was like, in my mind, you are Motekun officers. What you are doing should be what the FRSC would do. And even then, when you are not wrong, you shouldn't let them treat you like a lout. I have said this to so many people, and everybody's response to me is, Nima, the day you start to drive, you would understand. Why would officers stop us? And next thing, you have to bring out money to them. You give them money and you go. What did you do wrong? And they'll be like, you go to the station, you this, you. I'm like, as hell now. When I was younger, anybody who knows Maryland Road, if you're not going under that Independence Tunnel, if you want to like cross to the, should I say cross? Yeah, that means you will cross to the other side towards Onigbongbo. There is a PRT lane in the middle, and you have
Yeah,
to go across the PRT lane to be able to get to the other side. So my school was in Antony. So that day, my dad wanted to pass that lane. We didn't want to first go and turn at South Show the roadside. Susan, these officers stopped us, jumped into the car. That was what year? I think 2013. Jumped into the car and told my daddy to be driving to their office. And my dad was like, first of all, he did nothing wrong. So why would they tell him to drive? Moreover, he has a child in the car. And I don't know if the laws have been revised, but as at 2013, Susan, you cannot arrest anybody with a minor in the car. I was an
yeah.
over minor then, go over minor. And they told my dad to come down. They were going to take me to my school and take the car to their station because my daddy wanted to fawala with them. Ordinarily, he could have said I should come down. He would take me to school and go back to the station. He said they should be taking me to their station. He was following them at the back. So then these people dropped me on the road. They dropped me at Fadei by the
Can
roadside.
you imagine?
By the
Can
road
you imagine?
at Fadei, and my school it was in Antony. My dad now came back, picked me with his friend's car, told I want to take me to work, and went to the station. So then they look for picking that day. The officers went to my school. They didn't see me. They came to Arepo that day, to our house. They didn't see me. They went to my mother's place of work. They didn't see me. They were now wondering where I could have been. The cocoa of the story that day was those people lost their jobs because my dad stood on his right. He knew he did nothing wrong. He knew the law prevented them from arresting him because I was in the car. And he made them go through so much stress. They paid him that day now. Normally they
They didn't
expect.
even go. The only stress I agree.
Hmm,
The only stress I agree, Nima, is the fact that they lost their jobs. I call these people overzealous officers, Nima. That
hmm,
is what I call them because the rate at which they attack, as if they are waiting for you to make one silly tiny mistake. And even when they are, do you know, Nima? Sorry
mhm.
for interjecting. They are
No
more aggressive. They are more aggressive when they know you know you're right.
yes.
I am Omo Ekolawa, I am telling you, they get much more aggressive when they know you know you're right.
Oh
You see
yes.
all those Maryland axes, blah, blah, blah. Because I used to teach as a volunteer teacher in Mende Junior. So that was my route. I would every day come out in Ojota, cross the expressway, take a bus, get to Maryland, and now go to work. You understand? So I have seen tens and thousands of things with this my two naked eyes. It's not in this era where you can book Bolt and book Uber. There was no all of that. Nima, I have fallen while walking. At the time, I wasn't even using a wheelchair. I have gotten injuries on my legs. It was those Agberos by that Maryland bus stop that load buses that would help me to even, apply face aid on my legs before I get home. What am I trying to say? Why are they that aggressive? What is the problem? Nigerians need to be abreast of what each of these officers are supposed to do. But we are quick to, because we feel 2,000, Kini 1,000 is not a big deal. Because we keep giving, it has now become a routine for these officers to keep doing some of these things. I remember talking to a friend the last time I went out, and I was asking, upon all of these monies they get, they still look scruffy, tacky, and what have you. With all due respect to everybody listening, I have not seen them, glow with all this money they keep collecting and extorting from people. Because for me, I believe Owe me.
Hmm.
Anybody giving you those money, they are laying curses on you because they are not giving you from a place of ease. Do you understand? They are just giving you, eh, you will eat and eat your problems from this and that. Nigerians, please, we should wake up. That's why they say if you want to hide something from us, put it in a book. Let us understand the dynamics. I have seen them severally. They keep, you know, regularly. They
Another
keep
mistake I think we Nigerians make is we fear their uniform. We don't respect it. And fear and respect, would you agree with me, Susan, are two very different.
absolutely, absolutely, because we fear the uniform because we are looking at ah, if they eventually take me to their office,
Mm,
wahala ti dey nìyẹn. That is where the fear, not even the individual, in all honesty. But you don't want them because before you get out of that quagmire, it's a whole lot. The
hmm,
back and forth, the expenses, the money you might end up paying, and they might even get there and lie about the whole scenario.
yes.
So, because of that fear, Nigerians, we like the easy way out. So you that comes and you are not willing to part with 2,000, 5,000, and what have you, you are not seen as the evil person because you are standing your ground. You are asking salient questions and saying no, no, no. Why? Like why exactly? And I understand the people who tell you, oh, Nima, it's because you are not driving. By the time you start to drive, all of those things is also because we feel I don't have want them to continue to, you know, trouble us. We don't want them to delay us and what have you. No, no, we should bring back sanity.
Instead, a woman told me one day that maybe when I have a meeting at work and I leave my house around 7, there's traffic on the road. I'm to be at the meeting by 9. Then very close to my office by 8:40, someone stops me. I'll learn then that yes, I have to pay them. And I'm like, well, we are enablers here in Nigeria. We enable a lot
Absolutely.
of things.
Absolutely, I agree with you. We enable a lot of anomalies. And you see, those anomalies with time, when they grow into the monsters we witness now,
Mm,
we now start crying foul in different sectors, whether it is the road, whether it is this, whether it is that. We enable a whole lot of anomalies. And in my head, I'm like, no, it isn't even going to happen. In Lagos, you can follow a BRT lane if you're
mm,
a person with disability. Maybe you have an emergency. The law in Lagos allows us to do that. So I've had occasions where the people standing by the road, they stop us. And they're like, no, no, no. I'm like, are you kidding me? Law
mm,
tell me gan pẹ̀lú àwọn tó jà fún tá fi
mm,
gba law. No, they are like, no. But, because we keep standing our ground in Lagos, when they now stop you and you say, oh, I'm a person with disability, àwọn ọmọ ìjọba fi wọ́n lẹ̀, fi wọ́n lẹ̀. Do you get the logic? That is
yeah,
because over and over again, we have stood our ground to tell them we have an emergency situation and we are persons with disability and the law allows for it. The question is, what of those who do not understand that the law allows for that? Once they pick you up on that route, thereby.
hmm,
So as a people, we should begin to learn. Whether it's Amoteku, it is VIO, it is FRSC, it is whatever. What are their duties?
hmm,
What are they supposed to do? Are they supposed to stop you on the road and be collecting money? They say, bring out this, you bring this, fire extinguisher, you bring out everything. And the person is still questioning you, Nima. Make it make sense. Only in Nigeria. They ask you for all of the papers you need. You have brought it out, and still you know. We see this happen over and over. I travel to Nasarawa State where I work, and it is the norm. You see these people stop you on the road, and by the time the driver will not even pause. You see, we are getting to them. The driver is already searching for money to
Hmm.
put in their hands. And I ask, for how long are Nigerian citizens, the average Nigerian, for how long will we continue to part with money? And it gets worse. If you have a tinted vehicle, or you are a guy who has a hair
Hmm.
that is maybe too, let's not go into that topic.
At all.
Maybe I know what they did to my younger brother because he carried my father's Corolla, old model Corolla, when he was 7, when he was a youth corps member. I know what they did to my younger brother. They will stop him, question him. My brother does not have dread. He does not have, just because he has beards. So
Hmm.
imagine where we had a car and my brother would prefer to go by public transport instead of carrying because he will end up spending more when he goes with that car. It is absurd. We can do better. And those in the offices who are listening to us, this is a call to action. Please train your field officers. They are a menace. You can go to their office now and they'll say they don't know anything about it. Please help us tell the bosses in the office to speak to the field officers. They can do better because what they are doing is they are daily tarnishing the image of those of you who sit in the offices doing the job. Please, we can do better as a society.
And to add to what Susan just said, the average Nigerian doesn't have trust in any of these agencies anymore. If you tell them to call these people or seek help, they're like, is it those people who will take our money? But with that, we have come to the end of Herlens today on Women Radio WFM 91.7. My name is Hassan Metla, and you were listening to Susan giving real time solutions to issues affecting the Nigerian society. Catch us by 9:05 tomorrow for another edition of Herlens. From We at Women Radio, have a wonderful day. Good morning.